a beautiful dress, a night full of lights. That's all Maya wanted when she walked into prom at Lincoln High. But the moment she stepped through those doors, everything changed. The rich kids saw her and smiled. Not a kind smile. The kind of smile that says, "You don't belong here." They thought she was weak. They thought she was alone. They had no idea that for 5 years, Maya had been training in a boxing gym every single morning before school. And tonight, when they pushed her too far, she didn't just fight back. She changed everything. Before we start, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? Drop your city and country below, and hit that like button to help this story reach more people who need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe because we share stories of people who stood up when everyone told them to stay down. So what happened when Maya walked into that prom? What did those bullies do? And how did one girl with boxing gloves change an entire school? Let's go back to the beginning. Maya stepped off the bus and looked at Lincoln High for the first time. Everything looked perfect. Too perfect. The building was new and shiny. The parking lot was full of expensive cars. Groups of students stood together, all wearing designer clothes, all looking like they stepped out of a magazine. Maya pulled her backpack higher on her shoulder and walked toward the entrance. She noticed something right away. Almost everyone was white. She counted maybe 3 other black students in the whole crowd. And when she walked past, the talking stopped. Eyes turned. Stares followed her. She found her locker and tried to ignore the feeling in her stomach. Her mom had taken a new job as a nurse at the town hospital. That's why they moved here from Detroit. Maya missed her old school. She missed her friends. She missed feeling normal. A loud noise came from down the hall. Maya walked closer and saw a crowd of students. They all had their phones out, recording something. In the middle of the circle, a thin black boy with glasses was pressed against the lockers. 3 white boys surrounded him. The biggest one, a blond guy wearing a football jacket, grabbed the boy's shirt. "What's wrong, Marcus?" "Can't speak?" The other students laughed. Someone kicked the boy's backpack and his books spilled everywhere. Maya felt heat rise in her chest. She remembered her boxing coach's voice. "Control your anger. Use your mind first, then your fists." She pushed through the crowd and stepped into the circle. "Leave him alone," she said. Her voice was calm but strong. The 3 boys turned around. The blond one looked at her and smiled. "Oh, look, Marcus got himself a girlfriend." More laughter from the crowd. Maya stood in front of Marcus, blocking him from the bullies. "I said leave him alone." The blond boy stepped closer. "You must be new. I'm Derek. My dad owns half this town. And around here, people like you don't tell people like me what to do." "This is a public school," Maya said. "Everyone has the right to be here." The red-haired boy next to Derek spit on the floor. "Public doesn't mean it's for everyone." The crowd went quiet. Some students looked uncomfortable, but nobody said anything. Maya's hands formed fists. She had trained for years to control her temper. Right now, she needed every bit of that training. "Say that again," Maya said, her voice dropping lower. Derek raised his hands like he was joking. "Relax, we're just having fun." "Right, Marcus?" He looked at the boy behind Maya, but Marcus said nothing. The 3 bullies walked away, laughing. But before they left, Derek looked back at Maya. "See you around, new girl." The crowd broke up fast. Maya and Marcus were left alone in the hallway. She bent down and helped him pick up his books. "You okay?" she asked. Marcus nodded. His hands were shaking. "Thanks, I'm Marcus." "Marcus Reed." "I'm Maya." "You're brave," Marcus said quietly. "Most people just walk past." "Where I come from, you don't walk past when someone needs help." Marcus looked at her with sad eyes. "You're new, so you don't know. Derek and his friends, they run this school. Their parents have money and power. Nobody stops them. How long has this been happening to you?" 3 years. Maya felt anger burn inside her again. 3 years, and nobody helped him. Nobody stood up. The bell rang. Students rushed to class. But Maya knew something important. That moment in the hallway wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. Derek and his friends wouldn't forget what happened, and Maya wouldn't back down. That night, Maya sat in her small bedroom. Her boxing gloves hung on the wall. She had started boxing when she was 12. Her coach, an old man named Ray, taught her that fighting wasn't about anger. It was about discipline, about knowing when to strike and when to wait. You have power in those fists, Ray used to say, but real power is knowing when to use them. Maya looked at her hands. Tomorrow she would go back to that school, and she had a feeling that Derek and his friends were planning something. But she was ready. She had been ready her whole life. The next morning, Maya met Marcus at the library. He was sitting alone at a table with a huge stack of books. When he saw her, he smiled, but it was a nervous smile. "Thanks again for yesterday," he said. "Don't thank me. I just did what's right." They sat together, and Marcus told her everything. Derek was the son of the town mayor. His friend Tyler was the basketball team captain. And the third guy, Josh, came from the richest family in town. His parents owned most of the stores downtown. "They're like a triangle," Marcus explained. "They protect each other. And everyone is scared of them." "What about the teachers? The principal?" Marcus laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. "The teachers see what happens, but they look away. Principal Johnson just says boys will be boys. Nobody wants to fight against their families." Maya felt sick. How could adults let this happen? How could they watch students get bullied and do nothing? That afternoon, Maya and Marcus walked to the parking lot together. 3 shadows blocked their path. Derek, Tyler, and Josh stood there all smiling like they had been waiting. "Well, well," Derek said. "The new girl and her boyfriend." Tyler laughed. "Lincoln High is getting interesting." Josh pulled out his phone and pointed the camera at them. "This is going to be good content." Maya stepped forward, putting herself between Marcus and the 3 bullies. "Put that phone away." "It's a public space," Josh said. "I can film whatever I want." "Then film this," Maya said, looking straight at Derek. "Film yourself being a coward. Film yourself picking on someone smaller. Let everyone see who you really are." For a second, Derek's smile disappeared. Then he laughed. "I like your attitude, but you need to learn something. This isn't Detroit. In Lincoln, we make the rules. And people like you and Marcus, you don't make the rules. You follow them." A group of students walked by, but they all kept walking. One girl looked at Maya, then quickly looked down at her phone. That silence hurt more than any insult. Finally, the bell rang, and Derek and his friends walked away. But Maya knew this wasn't over. After school, Maya went to her locker. Inside, she found a note. It was written in red marker. "Go back where you came from." Maya crushed the paper in her hand. Marcus appeared next to her. He saw her face and knew what happened. "I get notes like that all the time," he said quietly. "You learn to ignore them." "No," Maya said. "You shouldn't have to ignore them. This is wrong." That evening, Maya went to the old gym 3 blocks from her house. It was a small place, dark and smelling like sweat and rubber, but it felt like home. In the corner, she saw Coach Ray wrapping tape around another student's hands. When he saw Maya, he nodded. "The Detroit girl returns." "I need to train," Maya said. She put on her gloves and started hitting the heavy bag. Each punch carried her anger. The notes. The laughter. Derek's smug face. The way everyone just watched and did nothing. Coach Ray walked over and put his hand on her shoulder. "Easy, don't let anger control your fists. Let your mind control them." Maya stopped and took deep breaths. "They won't stop, Coach, they keep pushing." "Then you need to be smarter than them. Stronger in here," he pointed to his head. "Not just in here," he pointed to his heart. The next day at school, Maya found her locker covered in spray paint. The words "Not welcome" were written in big red letters. She took out her phone and took pictures. Marcus came running over. "Maya, you need to be careful. If you fight back, they'll say you're the problem. They'll make you look like the bad guy." "So what do I do? Just take it?" "I don't know," Marcus admitted. "I've never known what to do." That's when Maya made a decision. She wasn't going to just take it, but she also wasn't going to attack. She was going to be smart. She was going to collect evidence. Every note, every threat, every moment of harassment. She would document everything. And then came the announcement. Prom was in 3 weeks. A big poster appeared in the hallway. Spring Formal, a night to remember. It showed a beautiful ballroom with fancy decorations. Marcus stood next to Maya, looking at the poster. Are you thinking about going? Maybe. Why not? Marcus shook his head. You don't understand. Prom here isn't for everyone. Last year, a black girl from the senior class went. Someone spilled punch all over her dress right when she walked in. She spent the whole night crying in the bathroom. Maya felt anger rise again. So they win. They make us too scared to even go to a dance? I'm just saying it's not safe. But Maya's mind was already made up. She looked at Marcus. What if we both go? Together. Not as a couple, just as friends. We show them we're not scared. Marcus looked terrified. Maya, that's exactly what they want. They'll plan something bad. Let them plan, Maya said. I'll be ready. What Marcus didn't know was that Maya had been ready her whole life. Every morning at 5 a.m., hitting that heavy bag. Every lesson from Coach Ray about discipline and control. Every moment she learned to turn fear into power. The next day, Derek stopped Maya in the hallway. He leaned close, his voice quiet but mean. Heard you're thinking about prom. That's cute, but let me give you some advice. Prom at Lincoln is for Lincoln people, not outsiders. Maya looked him in the eye. I'm a student here. That makes me a Lincoln person. Derek smiled, but his eyes were cold. We'll see about that. The weeks before prom felt like walking on broken glass. Every day, Maya and Marcus faced more harassment. Someone put a dead rat in Marcus's locker. Maya found her bike tires slashed. Anonymous messages appeared on their phones. Stay home on prom night. But Maya refused to back down. She kept training at Coach Ray's gym. She kept collecting evidence. And she kept telling Marcus they were going to that prom. Why are you doing this? Marcus asked one day. They were sitting in the library, the only place that felt safe. Why fight so hard? Maya thought about it. My mom told me something when I was little. She said if you let bullies win once, they'll keep winning forever. Someone has to stand up. But why you? Because I can, Maya said simply. I've been training to fight my whole life. Not with fists, but with courage. And maybe if we show up, other kids will see they can be brave too. 2 days before prom, Maya went to a small dress shop downtown. Her mom came with her. They didn't have much money, so they looked at the clearance rack. That's where Maya found it, a simple black dress. Nothing fancy, but when she tried it on, she felt strong. You look beautiful, her mom said, tears in her eyes. It's perfect, Maya agreed. Marcus rented a basic suit from a discount store. When Maya saw him, she smiled. You look good, Marcus. I feel like I'm going to throw up, he admitted. That's normal. I feel it too. The night of prom, Maya stood in front of her mirror. The black dress fit perfectly. She had her hair pulled back simple and clean. She looked at herself and thought about all the mornings in the gym. All the times Coach Ray said, stand tall. You have the right to take up space. Her mom drove her to school. In the car, she squeezed Maya's hand. If anything happens, you call me. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I know, Mom. I'll be okay. The school gym was transformed. Lights hung from the ceiling like stars. A DJ played music. Tables were covered with white cloths. It looked like something from a movie. Maya met Marcus at the entrance. His hands were shaking, but he smiled at her. Ready? She asked. No, but let's go anyway. They walked through the doors together. The music was loud. Students were dancing and laughing. But when Maya and Marcus walked in, something changed. Heads turned. Conversation stopped. It was like a wave of silence moving through the room. Maya kept her head high. They walked to the refreshment table. Some students moved away from them. Others stared and whispered. Maya could feel every eye in the room. This was a mistake, Marcus whispered. No, Maya said. We belong here as much as anyone. For the first hour, nothing happened. Maya and Marcus stood by the wall, watching other students dance. A few kids came up and said hello. One girl, a quiet Asian student named Lisa, smiled at them. I'm glad you came, she said quietly before walking away. But then Maya went to get Punch. Marcus went to the bathroom. That's when Derek appeared. He was wearing an expensive suit, his hair perfect. He stood too close to Maya, blocking her from leaving. "Having fun?" he asked, his voice fake friendly. "I was," Maya said. "That dress," Derek said, looking at her. "It's interesting." "Very urban." Maya's jaw tightened. "It's just a dress." Derek leaned closer. His breath smelled like alcohol. "You know, you're actually pretty for your kind. If you got tired of hanging out with losers like Marcus, I could show you what it's like to be with a real man." Maya stepped back. "Get away from me. Come on, just one dance. Show everyone I'm a nice guy." I said no. Derek's hand reached for her waist. Maya grabbed his wrist and pushed it away. Her boxing training kicked in automatically, fast and firm. "Don't touch me," she said loudly. That's when Marcus came back. He saw Derek too close to Maya and his face went red. "Leave her alone, Derek." Derek turned and laughed. "Oh, the hero returns. What are you going to do, Marcus? Fight me?" A crowd started forming. Students pulled out phones. Maya could see Derek's friends, Tyler and Josh, moving through the crowd. This was planned. They wanted this moment. They wanted Maya and Marcus to react so they could record it and make them look bad. "Maya, let's just go," Marcus said. But Derek stepped in front of them. "Nobody's leaving. We're just getting started." Tyler and Josh appeared, blocking the exit. The crowd got bigger. Everyone had their phones out now, recording. Maya's heart was pounding, but her mind was clear. This was it. The moment Derek had been planning. "You two don't belong here," Derek said loudly, making sure everyone could hear. "You never did. This prom is for Lincoln students. Real Lincoln students." "We are real students," Maya said, her voice steady. "No," Derek stepped closer. "You're guests. And when guests don't know how to behave, they need to be shown the door." He reached out to push Marcus. That's when Maya moved. Years of training made her body react. She stepped between them, blocking Derek's hand. He tried to push past her, and she held her ground. Her stance was perfect, balanced like Coach Ray taught her. Derek tried again, this time more aggressive. Maya didn't throw a punch. She didn't have to. She caught his arm and used his own momentum to spin him off balance. He stumbled, surprised. The crowd gasped. "You witch!" Derek shouted, his face red. He came at her again, faster now, angry. Maya stayed calm. She blocked, moved, redirected. Every motion controlled. This wasn't a fight. This was defense. But Tyler and Josh rushed forward. They grabbed Marcus, holding him. Derek recovered and came at Maya again. That's when everything exploded. Derek swung at Maya. She ducked, and his fist hit the refreshment table. Punch spilled everywhere. Students screamed. Some ran. Others kept recording. Tyler shoved Marcus hard. Marcus fell. Derek turned to kick him while he was down. And that's when Maya's training took over completely. She stepped in, fast and precise. Her fist connected with Derek's stomach, not hard enough to seriously hurt him, but hard enough to stop him. He doubled over, gasping. "I said don't touch him!" Maya's voice was ice cold. Josh came at her from the side. Maya spun, her dress swirling, and blocked his arm. She pushed him back. Tyler let go of Marcus and rushed toward Maya. She was ready. Block, redirect, step back. Every move was controlled. She wasn't attacking. She was defending. There's a difference. The gym doors burst open. Principal Johnson ran in with 3 teachers. "Stop! Everyone stop right now!" The music cut off. The lights came on full. Students backed away, phones still recording. Derek was on the floor, holding his stomach. Josh was against the wall. Tyler had stopped moving. And Maya stood in the middle, her black dress torn at the shoulder, breathing hard but standing tall. "What is going on here?" Principal Johnson shouted. Derek pointed at Maya. "She attacked us! She's crazy! She just started hitting everyone." "That's a lie," Marcus yelled, standing up. His nose was bleeding. "They attacked us first! I have video!" A voice called out. It was Lisa, the quiet Asian girl. She held up her phone. "I recorded everything. Derek started it." Principal Johnson took Lisa's phone. His face went pale as he watched. You could hear Derek's voice on the video. "You don't belong here. Real Lincoln students, you could see him push Marcus. You could see him swing at Maya first. My office. Now," the principal said to Derek, Tyler, and Josh. "You three as well," he said to Maya and Marcus. In the principal's office, everything changed. Lisa's video showed the truth. Derek and his friends had planned the whole thing. They wanted to humiliate Maya and Marcus. They wanted them to fight back so they could claim they were the victims. But Maya had done something smart. She had defended herself perfectly. She never threw the first punch. She only blocked and redirected. And it was all on video. "This is assault," Principal Johnson said, looking at Derek. "And it was planned. I can see it clearly." Derek's father, the mayor, was called. He arrived in 20 minutes, angry and loud. "My son is the victim here. That girl attacked him." "Sir," Principal Johnson said, showing him the video, "your son attacked first, and he used racial language. This is a hate crime." The mayor's face went white. He knew what this meant. News, scandal, his political career. "We'll sue," the mayor threatened. "Go ahead," Coach Ray's voice came from the door. He walked in, his old face serious. "I've been training Maya for 5 years. I have records of every session. She's a trained boxer. She showed incredible restraint tonight. Any real fighter would have put your son in the hospital. She only defended herself and her friend." The room went quiet. The next day, the video was everywhere. Not just at school. It went viral online. News channels picked it up. "Mayor's son attacks black students at prom. Student boxer shows restraint during racist assault." The story exploded. Derek, Tyler, and Josh were expelled. The mayor lost his next election. Principal Johnson resigned after parents demanded to know why he had ignored Marcus's complaints for 3 years. But the biggest change was at the school itself. Students who had been silent started speaking up. More stories came out about Derek and his friends, about others they had bullied, about a system that protected rich kids and ignored everyone else. Maya and Marcus became symbols, not because they wanted to be, but because they stood up when everyone else stayed quiet. 2 months later, the school held a special assembly. The new principal, a black woman named Dr. Clark, stood at the podium. "Today we launch a new program, the Stand Up Initiative. Any student who experiences or witnesses bullying can report it anonymously, and we will investigate every single report." Maya sat in the audience. Marcus sat next to her. Around them, students clapped. Some came up after to shake their hands, to say thank you, to say they had been bullied too, but were too scared to speak up until now. Lisa sat with them now. So did 3 other students who had been targets. They weren't alone anymore. On graduation day, Maya walked across the stage. She had straight A's. She had a full scholarship to college. And she had Coach Ray in the audience crying with pride. Marcus graduated too. He got into MIT. The boy who used to hide in the library was now standing tall. After the ceremony, a young black freshman girl approached Maya nervously. "I just wanted to say thank you. I saw what you did, and now when I walk in the hallways, I don't feel so scared." Maya smiled and put her hand on the girl's shoulder. "You were never alone, and you're stronger than you think. Remember that." That night, Maya went back to Coach Ray's gym one last time before leaving for college. The old man was there, wrapping tape like always. "You did good, kid," he said. "You taught me everything." "No," Coach Ray shook his head. "I taught you how to punch. You taught yourself how to stand. There's a difference." Maya looked at her old gloves hanging on the wall. She thought about that night at prom, the moment that changed everything. "Coach, do you think things will really change at that school? Because of you?" "Yes, you showed them something important. That power isn't about money or parents or popularity. Real power is standing up when everyone tells you to sit down. That's what changes things." Maya nodded. She understood now. That night at prom, she didn't just defend herself. She defended every student who had ever felt invisible, every kid who had been told they didn't belong. She showed them all that they had power too. The story of Maya and Marcus spread beyond Lincoln High. Other schools started similar programs. Students in other towns began reporting bullies. The video of that prom night became a teaching tool about courage, about standing up, about doing what's right even when you're scared. And it all started because one girl refused to be silent. Because she knew that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say no and mean it. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to our channel because tomorrow we have another story about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Stories of courage. Stories of standing up. Stories that prove one person really can change everything. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.